Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a guest video from Spidey Wing, who got the new Delta Gundam. Delta Gundam is a support, and it has an interesting new skill, that being it has the anti-beam coating as a skill. On Hyakushiki, it was always expressed as just particularly high beam defense, but on the Delta Gundam, it has a skill which reduces its reaction to beams and also reduces incoming damage from beams by 25%, but only for while your health is above 50%. When it drops below 50%, you have an effective beam defense of 0, no matter how many parts you have put on the machine. That's been tested, apparently. So, interesting idea, but yeah, it means you're going to be super vulnerable to beams once you get below 50% health. Before you do, you can take a stun shot from a beam rifle and it won't stun, as I think just happened right there. But yeah, it looks decent. Design-wise, Delta Gundam is what the Hyakushiki was supposed to be, but the story goes that Anaheim Electronics could not quite work out the movable frame issues to make it strong enough to work as a transforming mobile suit, so they just made the inner frame non-transforming and made the Hyakushiki. So, but yeah, it looks pretty good. It's got a beam rifle with, I believe, both burst fire and single shot capabilities on separate weapon swaps, mainly because this rifle actually takes two different E-packs. If you can see, it has the Mark II E-pack on the bottom, good flyby there, and the Hyakushiki's beam pack on top, which, if I'm not mistaken, I believe is the same E-pack or a very similar one to the one the beam pistols on the Rick DS used. But might not be totally identical, though the old MS-in-Action UC Arms Gallery toys certainly made them so. But yeah, it looks pretty good. It's got, it seems to be pretty strong, and is fairly fast for support and has 2-hit melee besides. So yeah, it's got a lot of positive qualities, and actually, interestingly, it only has a dodge roll in Wave Rider mode, or I guess Mobile Armor mode. I don't know if it's specifically a Wave Rider, but yeah, it can't dodge as a mobile suit, but in Mobile Armor mode, it can do a barrel roll. So yeah, that's an interesting feature, I think. Let's see. Yeah, so see, Spidey missed, unfortunately, his and tagged his ally, but he did catch a little bit of ramming damage on flyby, so that's not bad. Unfortunately, he is now between two things. So yeah, but yeah, notice how it said defense down when he was low on health there. It also said speed up. That, of course, is a result of his shield getting broken. But yeah, it's not bad. I want to get this. I've been trying for that and the Delta Plus, because I don't have either. And what I wound up getting out of that was the second level of the Echo's Jagan. But I'm not sad to have that, certainly, but it's not what I was looking for. Which is, that's gotcha in a nutshell most of the time. That, and here, have a giant pile of beam sabers. No, I had MS-in-Action figures and other miscellaneous Gundam toys. My junk drawer already looks like that. I do not need all those beam sabers. But, let's see, 4 minutes left. Enemy team's up about 1,700. That's not bad. GPO4, let's see, Spidey missed that a little bit. Spidey has told me he's always had trouble with beam weaponry. Charging beam weaponry in particular. But his machine guns are still his favorite thing. But yeah, he's been working on getting his rating up a little bit, and I think he's doing pretty well here. Now that was not his fault. I'm pretty sure that beam just wound up being wider than he really expected. I can foresee the same thing happening to me at least once should I ever get this thing. Because yeah, it really should have. It really should have gone past the one ally and hit, but it did not turn out that way. Let's see. And that Zeta's getting away. Quick spray of Vulcans took it down. And now, with 3 minutes and 5 seconds left, they're catching up. They're only about, what, 1,300 behind now? That's not much. At this cost, that's like a kill and a half with assists. And good shot there. You know, a good, and basically a good way to do it. Sometimes the best thing to do is either you know, move the mobile suit instead of the camera, or let the enemy come to you. That I think was a little bit of both, and it worked out great. So, and got some good shots in that helped his allies take down at least one of the two people on the right. And let's see, yeah, they're catching up bit by bit, and yeah, this is kind of tough because if you go over the bridge here, you're gonna get shot at a lot. But somebody else went over, so probably as good a time as any to try and advance, because you're just gonna lose more points if you let that person go in on their own. So yeah, everybody's kind of keeping to their cover, and number 3 was wise enough as to come back. Got out without taking much damage either. That's very nice. But yeah, you know, just this is kind of a tough position to be coordinating attacks from, because you can go to either side of the bridge, you can fly up onto the bridge, you can jump up onto the bridge, or you can go through that nice narrow little choke point. And none of those are particularly easy. And you kind of all have to decide on your own sometimes which you're going to do, and that's where it can all fall down. But okay, yeah, let's see that Zeta. Be nice if one of these beam weapons had some piercing. I feel like one of them ought, but that's neither here nor there at the moment. Let's see, number 1 has almost got that one. There's another one coming up on the bridge that 3's taking care of, and see, that's a good shot. Yep, just a quick flyby, and that's all it took. And a couple of people back here. Yeah, that GPO-4's been pretty good at dodging. But yeah, they've managed to pull back ahead, 12,006 to 9,800 with a minute to go. Now, okay, now that, I'm almost certain that hit the GPO-4 and it just didn't react. You know how latency is in this game, but oh wow, that was a really good Rigazi heavy attack. They apologized afterwards, but yeah, that was, you know, that did the job, and that's the important part. That's a Night Seeker, one of the V's, probably the regular V. And yeah, Spidey's pulling back a little bit because the less points that his team loses here, that's going to be what decides the match more than, you know, the kills they can make in the last minute. Because they have a 1,400 point, or they have a 4,000 point lead, but everybody here is low on health. Now it's a 4,500 point lead, and that's good. And okay, not quite a kill at the end, but somebody got the kill after Spidey did. So yeah, even with most of the team other than Spidey getting taken out, they still had enough to make the win. So that is the important part. So let's take a look at the final stats. But let's see. The Zeta Gundam on their team was doing pretty solid work there. Spidey got 5 and 1 and 52,000 damage, not bad. So that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2, and thank you very much, Spidey, for sending this to me. We'll be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! So I've taken the bound dock out a couple more times, and you know, I have gotten the hang of the flying melee, so I may try and get another video out with it if I can get a particularly good round.